Good morning and welcome back to the next opening of the memorabilia packs that I've been gifted. This is the 1920s one, a time of vibrant music and fashion. Now the 20s were always referred to as the Roaring Twenties, and it was a period marked by economic growth and cultural change. It was also a time of the Prohibition in the US. The first talking motion picture was also introduced, as was the experimenting of radio broadcasting. And then at the end of the decade, sadly, the stock market crashed in 1929 and it led to the Great Depression. But let's take a look at some of these leaflets and what they show of the 20s. We have a leaflet on Charleston, one of the most popular dances of the 1920s. Definitely a dance I would love to have learned. That's a programme there for the London Hippodrome for the showing of Mercenary Mary. Vamping chart. Now that's a chart how you learn how to do repetitive chords, on the piano. So it learns you to basically learn it. Gramophones. So we'll look at each individual one in a moment. So the Charleston, the Foxtrot and the Tango were very popular dances in that decade. This is the Olympia Dance Hall in Kensington. This is their programme of daily dancing. It's very difficult to open these with one hand. What's that? Different shows and performances, I think. Olympian dances, greetings to the Olympian dancers. I'm missing pages out. Different advertisements from the 20s. Electric engineering. Charleston competition. Get that in your diaries, it says. Different songs to dance to. And how to win the competition. To brush up on your footwork and your rhythm and your time. A programme of, sorry, the lighting's a bit shocking in here. Programme of the different dances that will be on. Quick step, foxtrot, waltz, there are other dances that were very popular back then. If you're like me and you watch Strictly, you'll be quite familiar with some of those dances. More songs. Gramophone championships. I'll show you the leaflet in a moment on the different gramophones that were available. And there you go. And again, the Charleston. The wonderful Charleston. I would honestly, like I said earlier, I'd love to have learned it. Oh, that's the wrong way. There's the rhythm. It shows you on the back how to learn it. Giving you all the tips, the positions, and what to do. Well, actually, I've done it from wrong way. It's this way. Start, first, second, third, fourth. See, I can't dance. And now you know why. The gramophones. This is like a catalogue of gramophones and the different ones that they had back in the 20s. I didn't actually realise that there were so many different ones. I thought there was like one type. Absolutely fab. Here are 12 of the world's most famous records. They must have been like the records of the time to play on the gramophones. So I mentioned the vamping chart earlier, and it is to learn your fingers to play the different keys. And if we open it up, so as you can see on there, look, she's got it. She's placed it behind the keys. It actually tells you behind which keys to place it. And it gives you the instructions there, and it tells you where to put your thumbs and which keys to hit. And it's just an easier way of trying to learn to play the piano. So this is the London Hippodrome programme for the show Mercenary Mary. And that is Debenham Freebody. Is actually, as we know it today, Debenhams. So that's what they were called back in the 20s, based on Wigmore Street in London. Again, all the fashions, the banjo and the ukulele. Shoes. See the design of the shoes. There's actually a leaf, like a leaflet type thing. I can't grab it to hand at the moment. I'll show you in a moment. It shows you all these different types of shoes. Now, I've actually seen these, and you guys probably have as well, come back in fashion again, as fashion does. There we go, that's the cast list. Mercenary Mary, musical comedy. I love to see these. I love to see the old advertisements. The restaurants, look, Adorn's restaurant. Pinoli's. Not even going to attempt to pronounce that one. Pearls were very, very popular back then as an accessory to the fashions. Afternoon teas. Everybody's favourite Cadbury's. Flowers. Flower shops will be very busy at this time of year with Valentine's just had. You know, it's very difficult to open these. Schweppes, we're all familiar with Schweppes. And Wrights, they still have Wrights soap. Still today, how fab is that? Over 100. Is it over 100? Yeah, over 100 years. Yeah, we're in the 2020s now, aren't we? Yeah. Marshall and Snellgrove. I've done a post on these before, and they were actually up here in Bradford as well. If anyone's familiar with Bradford, it's at the top of Darley Street, where they were situated. And the Morris cars. Some health food leaflets. The greatest of all tonics, Vitafur. All British milk, enriched with the addition of nerve restoring phosphorus. Try it for, it says brain fag, I think it means brain fog, exhaustion, dyspepsia, loss of weight, etc. There we go. It can also treat, apparently, all these conditions here. Depression, exhaustion. Again, I'm pretty sure they mean brain fog. Or if you simply run down and overtired. This was the thing to take, full of vitamins and vitalising bodybuilding properties that would benefit you. Here we have some leaflets and some cards of the fashion in the 20s. There you go. There's the one about the shoes that I was telling you about. Fashion for shoes, the ladies' dresses. Now, in the 20s, the fashion underwent modernisation, and it continued to evolve from the restrictions of gender roles. Now, you can see the men advertised wearing the trousers, but it was actually Coco Chanel who introduced women to wearing trousers. She wore some like sailor pants, and the women went crazy. They loved them. So not only was she a famous designer in the 20s and known for the little black dress that Audrey Hepburn wore, she was also revolutionary in women wearing trousers, which, you know, is fab. I wear trousers all the time, sure many of you do. I literally live in jeans. And yeah, maybe it's thanks to her. But don't get me wrong, I absolutely do love like the fashions, like the dresses and things. And I do often wish that, you know, we still have that these days, that many women, you know, did wear like smarter clothes and things like that. I'm guilty of not doing it, as many are. Leaflets escaping. So there you go. That's a shop in Wimbledon. Was it on Broadway in Wimbledon? Showing you the chic and elegant dresses that they had back then. So women tended to wear looser clothing that revealed, you know, more of their arms and legs. regardless, you know, of them wearing, you know, the trousers, obviously. And dresses, like I've just shown you, were very, very, they were massive, you know, so popular. It's also become, and I think, you know, like a symbol of women's liberation and the modernisation of womanhood. Hairstyles were also very important. It's waving solution. It's a advertisement for that. Glorious waves. Because today, to be smart, one must have hair set in smooth, sleek waves. And this was the solution to do it. Now, if you guys are familiar with going to the hairdressers, I'm not sure how they do it now, but I remember going, you know, when I was a kid, and you'd have all the elder ladies sat under the air dryers with the curlers in, and it would have been that they used, you know, to help curl your hair. Something that was very important back in the 20s was the etiquette, you know, and here's a guide on how to conduct oneself, if you like, giving you tips, manners. If you arrive at someone's house, including, you know, what not to say and what to do. Bread, how you should eat your bread, how you should hold your knife and forks and spoons. There's actually a double page spread on that. That's quite bizarre. Drinking, passing around the food. Don't be fidgeting. Tips on the dessert and the service, and in general, and how to be polite to your host or hostess. How you are in society, to shake hands, the way you should dress. To be fair, it's not a bad thing, this. Not a bad thing at all. Something I think, you know, many people would agree should be brought back, really, you know. Not to gossip, not to argue. If you're bored, don't show it. When you're asked out, you know, to go on for entertainment, you know, always, you know, oblige. When you're travelling, what to do, what not to do. When you're arriving and departing. When you're courting. Sorry, the lighting is absolutely shocking. So when you're that's courtship. Let me pick it up. That's it. Love, courtship and marriage. Do not trifle with affections. For a man or woman to pretend that they're in love, so as to lead the other on is contemptible. Yeah, maybe we do need to bring things like this back. Marriage is rarely childless. That would be absolutely unheard of nowadays, wouldn't it? How times have changed. Obviously, marriage is very, very important back then. How to train the children, teach them manners and things. When visitors are there, you remember the saying, children should be seen and not heard. That's probably what applies to this. How they should eat, how they should be clean. They shouldn't be noisy or, you know, disruptive. Quite bizarre, isn't it, you know, to have something like that. And finally, we've got the little miscellaneous cards. We've got a photograph there of women dressed as sailors. Now, I don't know if that's on the back. Sometimes it corresponds with what is on the front. Join the Royal Navy and see the world. A fine career for British boys. Well, that wasn't the boys, was it? That was the women. Witch hazel. I remember witch hazel. I don't even know if they still sell that nowadays. It's actually really good for things. What's that? Is that jewellery? I'm not sure what that is. Motoring pleasures. Lyric theatre, The Girl in the Taxi. Harold Lloyd. He was an actor in Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Next we've got Beeb. Is it Beeb? Yeah, Beebe. Daniels. And she was a child actress, an American child actress. Next, we have an advertisement for this to go over your hat to stop your hat blowing away. And if you look on the back again, it shows you, well, it should, the Frida Storm Veil, that's what it is. Double elastic to go over the crown of the hat, keeping it firmly fixed. And then you have, sorry, I just had to skip over one of the advertisements then. Bikes, cameras, magic tricks, and again that's the navy one. And this one, I like this one when it advertises the old household goods. You've got, I can't see it, you see that very well. I don't actually know what that says. Garbosol, bleaching soda. I'm not sure what that is. It might be if you open it up inside. Everyday soap. What's on the back? Household rule of cleanliness now it's attained. Another soap, Crossfield soap. Persil, we're all familiar with that. What's inside? Oh, don't know what this, a measuring tape. 1921 measuring tape with the calendar on. So there you go. There we go. Unusual, don't know why they need a measuring tape. But there you go, and that's the last of all the goods that's in the 1920s memorabilia pack. So if you are a fan of the 1920s, it's a good little pack to get. Once again, it's available on their website at www.memorabiliapackcompany.com. So thanks for watching, and I'm pretty sure I will bring you another one of these replica packs in the future. Thanks guys. Bye bye.